Hi everyone, this is Dev from the library again. For our last video for Professor Walter's English 101 class, we're going to take a look at two more electronic databases that we have in the library, and they are called ProQuest Central and JSTOR. I think both of these might be very useful for your research paper for Professor Walter, and they're both accessible right through the library homepage, just like we've seen with our previous resources. So let's get right into ProQuest Central and JSTOR today. To begin on the library homepage today, we can take a look at one of our more important resources, which is called ProQuest Central. We'll go right back down to our databases box and click on Learn More. Then go back into our databases A to Z list. And we'll go over to Keys and go right into ProQuest Central and open. ProQuest Central is another very large electronic database, which I could recommend for almost any topic. You can see our full text limiters and peer review limiters right here and check them. We'll stick with our theme that we were using from earlier database searches and try Santa Muerte and Catholicism as our search terms and see what we get. We get 448 full text results with our search terms, so we can see there's a lot of information out there. We can definitely start taking a look at these articles right now. And then we can scroll down our result list and take a look at any of the articles that we would like by clicking on the titles. For example, the sixth result, The Nuestra Señora de las Sombras, The Identity of Santa Muerte. We'll go right into the full text PDF. And here we go. This is a great example of another piece that you could use for a research paper for Professor Walter's class if you were interested in doing the topic of Santa Muerte. You can see this is a scholarly journal article from the Journal of the Southwest in 2013. The authors here, right here, are listed, and we can see it's of a decent length. It's 37 pages, begins with the introduction, gives us the author's credentials, assistant professors at various universities. And then we have our tools up here, our citation tools right here. And here we go, MLA is the default. We can copy and paste that into our works cited page. Just remember to check it, check the spacing, the capitalization, always check them against the guides or ask one of us librarians. And then to get back to this article every time, if you wanted to come back to this, just a nice way of organizing research. Remember, we have our copy URL. This link will take us right back to this page every time. Just remember not to use the top URLs when you are searching our databases, just as a reminder. And then we can download the PDF if you like, or print it out over here. But I'd recommend just using the copy URL option. So that was a very quick look at ProQuest Central, similar to EBSCO in the way you do keyword searches. Huge resource. I highly recommend using it, especially if you've tried some of our prior resources and haven't gotten what you wanted. This is just another great place to look. So now we're going to take a look at our last database, which is called JSTOR, and let's get right into that. The last database we are going to look at today is called JSTOR. It's another very large electronic archive, but it's another great place to find scholarly journal articles for Professor Walter's class. To access it, we can go back to the library database page, then go into the database area and head to JSTOR. So we're here under the databases page. Let's go into J. And scroll down for JSTOR. Let's open it right up and see what we've got. And I'm just going to do an advanced search right here in JSTOR. Real quick, JSTOR is another very large electronic journal archive. It's probably the database I've used the most over the years when assisting students. That doesn't mean it's the first place you have to go. It's just another place where I've had a lot of success over the years, and I highly recommend it, especially if you're doing something a little bit more esoteric, a little more off the beaten path. Definitely a great place to take a look for a lot of information. And like I said, I've used it extensively over the years and highly recommend it. So we're going to stick with Santa Muerte and Catholicism as our search terms, just to show you guys what that looks like in multiple databases. Let's stick in Santa Muerte right here, and we'll do an advanced search and see what we get. We get 1,071 full text results for Santa Muerte and Catholicism as our search terms. And you can see, if you scroll down, the Narco Saint, Death with a Bonus Pack. We saw this one in ProQuest Central, but it's available in multiple places. La Santa Muerte in Mexico City, the cult and its ambiguities. So let's try this first one. Look good. The Narco Saint, how a Mexican folk got constricted into the drug wars. Let's take a look at that. Let's give it a second to load. Sorry about that. And here we go. This is the article, very colorful, title page right here. If we scroll down, we get into it, the Narco Saint. And here we go. This will be another example of an article you could certainly use as part of your paper if indeed you were discussing Santa Muerte for your paper with Professor Walter. Uh, Nice article, very evocative title page. And again, our tools up here, citation tool, cite this item. Right here is MLA. Copy and paste that right into your Works Cited page. And then JSTOR makes it a little more complicated at times. They have this link they provide. Don't use that. Go to item details and use the remote access URL. You'll notice it has this libprox.northampton.edu. You want that in front of the link for the most part. That'll take you right back to our subscription to this database, and it'll take you right back to this page every time. Using this URL will take you to JSTOR's website, but it won't give you NCC access. It'll ask you, it might be asking you to pay, so ignore that. Never do that. Never pay for anything, obviously. Use the remote access URL under item details, and that'll take you back to this page every time. So like I said, JSTOR is just another outstanding electronic resource to use. You can see so just some different stuff that some different article results will be available in here. I'm going to run one more search just to show you guys what's available out there in JSTOR. If you go back, I'm going to try this is a classic, zombie poison in Haiti. This is something a student asked me about a couple semesters ago. They wanted to write about zombies. We were trying to look for different ways to do that. And you'll notice I used zombie with no IE, just the I, because that's the way it's spelled in some places. So if you try this is just one more search to give you guys an example of what could be out there. And you'll notice we get 48 results that discuss zombie poison in Haiti. So if you were interested in something like this, let's look at this second one. Preparation of the Haitian zombie poison. This is just to give you guys an idea. This is from a guy named Wade Davis who went down to Haiti in the 1980s because he was obsessed with the idea of zombification, I guess. But just to give you guys an idea, this is from Harvard University. This is a totally legit, pretty scholarly article that's discussing zombie poison. So you can see right here, just to take a quick look at it. Again, from the Botanical Museum, leaflets of Harvard University. So the only reason I show this is not because I think you guys should be reviewing zombies if you don't want to or writing about them, but just to give you an idea of what might be out there if you're interested in something like this. There's all kinds of stuff in our databases, all kinds of interesting topics. So this one, again, was a little bit more off the beaten path, obviously. But this is an example of what might be out there for you if you want to use some of our resources. And one quick reminder, our citation tool, MLA is the first one, copy paste, and then the item details. Again, the remote access URL, that's what you want to use when we're in JSTOR. Take you back to this page every time, off campus, at home, at work, on campus, obviously, wherever you are. So that was just a quick look at JSTOR, and that concludes our videos for Professor Walter's class. I hope they were helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions at any time. I'd be happy to take questions via Blackboard, email, our chat function. Myself and other librarians are available on it. So yeah, I hope these videos have been useful, and please feel free to reach out anytime. So that concludes our virtual library tour and our videos for Professor Walter's class. Last but not least, just some contact information for us librarians. We are here to help you. Please connect with us in any of the following ways. We would love to see you in person at the Research Help Desk at the Bethlehem or Pocono campus libraries, and our hours are listed on our homepage. Please feel free to schedule a book a librarian research consultation appointment with me or any of the other librarians. We are available for research consultations in person at Bethlehem, at Pocono, and on Zoom, and that form is right on our homepage. Ask the Librarian chat on the library homepage. That's a great way to get in touch with us. We monitor that every 5 days per week. Please feel free to reach out that way. And our email is askthelibrarian@northampton.edu. That's our departmental email, and we're on there. Myself and 4 or 5 other librarians. We monitor that Monday through Friday, and we would be happy to answer questions that way. So good luck. Please feel free to reach out anytime. Thank you, and have a nice day.